Hello, everybody. So, since my Emily footage was a little bit cooked for some reason, I am wanting to do. Let's do an account review. So, we're just gonna be bouncing through accounts that I was offered through my Discord server. If you'd like to do the same, feel free to join it in the description down below. So, what we're gonna be doing today is just reviewing what characters are in in their showcases to see what they really need, and I'll give advice, anything like that. If they have a really good artifact, I will compliment it. I am not a harsh reviewer. I typically like keeping things like open-minded to where I assume that lots of players, everyone plays the game differently. So if you are like a person who does not care about farming artifacts for like 5 months for one character, then you won't do it. So like builds fluctuate throughout everyone's account. I am not going to be like judging it because like, oh wow, your build sucks. I'm not going to say that. So anyways, I hope you all enjoy the video. Okay, so for this account, this is like the person that wanted their account review. I'm a bit late on that. It's been a few weeks since they asked, but they've been playing the game about like 2 months ago. So obviously they're not a high level player, which means you got to be more generous on them because, well, less time to farm. So Skirk, Finale of the Deep, so it's a good weapon option. 4-piece. People may say like, okay, you got to farm the other set, Marechaussee Hunter, because it's better than this, but they may not have Farina, and also not everyone really knows that, and they just want to, farm the signature set for the signature player. This is very good. That is very, very nice, honestly. Very exquisite 5 roll artifact. If it max rolled, could have been 50 CV, but yeah, that's very nice. So overall, crit value is fine. I'd say only suggestions would probably be a crit rate circlet, and see how that would turn out to be, just because crit rate would be preferred, just to see how you go. I think that would be a pretty good flip-flop, because this goblet really does carry the build, and yeah, that'd be very nice. So, all right. I'd say that's fine. Talents are good. I'd say the skill should have been the one that was maxed out first, but it is what it is. Maybe you're saving up resources right now, but yeah. Escoffier isn't really too much to worry about as long as you're just having, like, I don't know, Favonius, and, well, there it is, and good amount of attack for healing, and yeah, pretty much straightforward. She does good damage, though. So if you like need ward crit and all that stuff, and obviously this is an unfinished build because there's 4-star pieces on a 5-piece golden troop, so work in progress. I'm not gonna like say it's not done, so I'm not gonna say anything. Skill level is highest, which is good, and yeah, yeah, just all I got to say is well, just keep working on her. If you're still working on her right now, then yeah. You got this. Kazuha. Kazuha's a pretty straightforward character. You just need a lot of ER and a lot of EM. And with Sacrificial Sword, you don't need crit rate, so that's fine. So yeah, you just need to get 4-piece Viridescent, which you do have. So he already has the value he needs. So EM, high EM here, and then I'm guessing by the max EM, there's only one that's EM. Okay, none of them. Okay, so EM for lower levels, people used to complain that EM main stats are just a pain to get. I wish you the best of luck trying to get all of those. Otherwise, that is literally all you need, because this amount of ER is pretty good for C0. And you might get a second skill, because he kind of hits everything. So, yeah, that's a good start. Mona, pretty straightforward. I don't really need to do too much on the Raider, because unless you wanted to do crit stuff, but otherwise 4-piece Noblesse and Thrilling Tales, shield buff your team, at least your main DPS. So yeah, that's nothing really much to say. Gets the job done. And here for Dendro Traveler, just a lot of ER. If there's Sapwood Blade, a boatload of ER. Depending on your teams, you probably don't even need the Deepwood set. If you're just doing aggravate teams with this character, then you're good. So yeah, that's fine. Like some characters, like, I love characters like these where you don't need to build so many stats. Like say Raiden Shogun, you need attack, you need electro damage. Sometimes crit rate, crit damage, ER. Yeah, that one's a hard character to build, but this one's very easy. So, but anyways, yeah, for an account that's like 2 months old, I'd say you did pretty dang good. So, all right. So the second account, he's on my friends list, so this one makes it much easier. We'll probably see that some of them are flex or, just wanted to showcase all the builds. I will look at all of these to see how it goes. So he is a Diluc main, so you got to have your expectations high here. So Red Horn, he's trying to get like every weapon possible for him. So everything has good CV, like a decent CV with EM, great piece, pretty good. All rounder, great artifact. 4 rolls with perfect substats that Diluc needs. A 4 roll as well with an EM main stat. Other stats are, well, obviously not really cared about, but for Diluc, you only need attack percentage here if you could possibly get it, because ER isn't really, needed on him. This is a crit value piece, another 4 roll. So 4 roll, 4 roll, 4 roll, and then 3 here. So looking good, and this is a very good piece too. So overall, really good artifacts. Triple crowned as expected for a main, and good crit value. So obviously it's simple. It's a Diluc main. You expect to see their builds really good. All right, Sino. Pretty good crit value with the Ballad of the Fjords. Good option. Gilded Dreams. Oh yeah, Sino has ER issues, so seeing this ER is nice. So good piece. Oh, okay, you really needed that ER, I guess. I didn't really look at his total ER. All right, 11% more. Decent stats, but okay. Using it as an onset for the sake of it. And it's the only option. It's a functional option. If that was my only circlet, I would use it too. So his talents are fine. Obviously, he's not a character he uses that much, but otherwise, he'll do some damage and he'll get his burst. So that's the most important part. Nahida, a very simple character to review. Looks like he's going hybrid with sacrificial, so it's going to be just, I'm guessing it'll be crit, EM, and maybe an EM goblet, but probably Dendro. This is a very good piece. This is a pretty good piece. 777. That's very common. EM, whatever crit value, but has a lot of ER in case you need it. Dendro with pretty decent, like 30 plus CV on a goblet. I'd say it's already good with EM as a bonus. Defense is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And this is an all-rounder, pretty good piece. So, yeah. Good Nahida, just low talents. Come on, man. And Dendro characters, especially since you're going a hybrid crit build on her, you might as well just level her to 90. But I know your excuse is that you don't have the rocks to ascend her, which is funny. It's like, come on, get those dang rocks. All right. Right, Wanderer, pretty good crit value. Lost Prayers, very similar to mine. So this is a good piece. This is an all-round good piece as well. All good substats. This is fine. Weakest link so far, unless he swirls often, and that really helps. I don't really know how much EM helps him, but... And this is a very good piece. And that's fine. If he swirls, and the swirls do a little extra damage, then that's fine. Otherwise, I'm a pretty good Wanderer. Alhaitham is maybe not on... Okay, never mind. So, I'm guessing if you play him with Hyper Bloom, you don't use Farina, or does your healer keep him at a max HP long enough to utilize this passive? Maybe your healer keeps him above 90% to where you don't have to worry about losing the stacks or the passive of Harbinger. I don't know. But otherwise, you don't have Yalan, you would use Xingqiu. But I'm guessing you don't use Xingqiu? I could be wrong. Maybe you do. Maybe you use Farina. But otherwise, that's good. That's pretty good. That's fine. That's fine, but a lot of EM. So that's add some value to the piece and more EM. So, yeah. Double crowned, looking good. Farina, all I'm looking for is some decent crit value and a lot of ER. So, that's what I see. Favonius, Golden Troop. So, good crit value with some HP. So nice. That was a 4-liner. This is a great piece as well. A lot of a lot of EM actually. So I mean, this is fine. Yeah, it's a decent crit value piece, and this is fine. Wait, is this C2? Oh, it is C2. So with C2, you want to have Hydro damage. If you're at C0, you typically want to use HP. So Hydro damage is good here. And this is pretty good. So overall, very good. You'll get your burst every rotation, especially with Favonius. Hopefully you have an R5 sometime soon. But yeah. Double Crown, respect. All right, Navia. Good crit value, but I did take a peek at this earlier, and well, it's kind of it is a crit value build. So the artifact set isn't exactly what you'd expect. So I'll just review the artifacts individually, ignoring the main, the main thing. So good crit value with attack percentage, great. This is a 4-liner with 1 roll and attack, sweet. Once again, crit value piece, another 4-liner because it rolled HP. You got a lot of 4-liners that are just lying around for her, so nice. 40 CV, 40 CV, and 40 CV. All right. Not too shabby. It is a geo damage bonus piece, so that's good. Obviously, I'd hoped you have that equipped. And it's fine. Personally, I think Navia needs a bit of ER, so this is good to see, because I think that's all the ER in the build. So, I mean, excluding the set, it's good value. All right, Emily. So decent crit value with some ER, which isn't exactly needed. So very nice aesthetic weapon because her signature doesn't look as good this one, but yeah, 4-piece of this one. Pretty good piece with a lot of attack and good crit value here with some little bit EM, which I don't know if this really matters because burning damage doesn't even really do much. And yeah, good attack sands and pretty good Dendro Goblet with attack percentage, which is already a good bonus, and a good crit circlet, which has all of the ER on your build. So at least that one exists. C2 double crowned, sweet. Siegeween. Well, one of the 10 Siegeween players on the planet. I respect it. No, I am not going to get her for you. I'm not going to get Siegeween on my account. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's good. This one's pretty good. Some ER. Yeah, I'm guessing she needs a lot of ER. She has a lot of downtime, so I don't know. This is fine. I wonder if HP or... I don't know much about her. I just know she doesn't do much damage. And when she does, it's like, what? Her burst lasts for 2 seconds? 3? Maybe longer. I don't know. And then you have a long cooldown. This is a good circlet, actually. Really nice. You know what confuses me? Is like, wow, this is a very good circlet, but like 1 or 2 rolls in defense make it look hideous. It's like 19%. It's like, bro, but it's a good piece, but that just kind of tarnished. Like, let me just crop it out. Like, dang. 19%. And, where's the crown? How dare you? Skirk. So that's probably with the, Marechaussee Hunter. So if you use Farina, this is typically preferred over her signature set. But I discovered that information after finishing Skirk sets, so I'm not going to switch to this one. Because I don't want to waste an artifact set for the sake of this. But anyways, this is a good piece because it has a boatload of attack. And Skirk is already at her threshold. Plus 32% on Marechaussee Hunter, plus 15% on Cryo Resonance. So, yeah. She gets the job done. I'm guessing her talents are 8 or 9? 9? 9, okay. Or 10 with her passive, but she's not equipped. So there we go. That's good. Aoife, I don't even know. You put a crit on him. All right. Is it Marechal Hunter? It's Obsidian. Why would I think Marechal Hunter? All right. Yeah. Then the crit value is good. I don't know how much damage this guy does. Never built him. He is C6, same as yours, but I just haven't bothered. So don't know how much to rate on him. Good talents. So yeah, probably does good damage. Maybe not. I don't know. And your new and improved Mavwika, your C2 Mavwika that you did not want to get. So, congrats. Otherwise, good pieces. I mean, 40 CV here. Only good stats about that, but this is a good piece too. 40 plus CV, 41, 42. Yeah, this is fine. It's a non-set sands that with EM. I do need to get one of these. Maybe I'll craft one of my own so I can have a better off piece on my Mavuka. And this is a good piece. I love how it's Crimson Witch because you love that domain, or at least that set. And this is fine. A little bit more attack, but I don't know how much attack she needs at C2 anymore, but yeah. 99.6 crit rate. Hopefully you don't miss it. So, yeah, good account as you expect for a AR-60, I would hope, but a lot of AR-60s are very casual who don't care about their builds as much, so the builds are very fluctuated, all right? So, sweet. There we go. Okay, so for this account is another friend of mine, so it makes it easier to find. But, yeah, let's see what this account is. I think another C2 Mavwika, which is cool. I wonder if I should get it sometime in the future. Obviously not on this current banner, because I'd prefer to save at this very moment. And I don't feel like spending money at them right now. I'll wait till they reveal more characters, but yeah. Pretty good piece. All-rounder good sub-stats on everything, so even if it doesn't roll perfect on crit, it has everything you need. A lot of EM here, so not much crit value, but a lot of EM and attack percentage, so good piece. EM on set sands with 30 plus CV, and other stats are whatever, who cares? It's a sands. It's nice. Pyro Goblet, good CV. Other stuff is really not needed, but so it's a CV piece. And this is a attack piece. And once again, 100% crit rate and decent, pretty good damage. So no wasted ER as well. No crowned skill. Have I crowned my skill? I don't remember. But anyways, Hu Tao enjoyers. We don't got many of those left, so I'm glad to see this. Tafahoma? Is it Marechal? No, is it not Marechal Hunter? Is it Shimenawa's or Crimson? Shimenawa's. Okay. Sweet. This is is this a 5 roll? Or really high crit damage roll? I think it's a 5 roll. I could be wrong. Nice. This is a pretty good piece. A lot of HP, which is nice. Because you obviously got the HP here with a boatload of crit damage, some attack. With the EM on-set goblet that rolled alright. Attack isn't exactly needed as much since you convert her HP to it, but yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1. Is this a 4-liner? This could be a reroll piece. 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe this was a 3-liner. I can't really tell. I don't know how high attack rolls per piece, like up to 5%. And this is a pretty good piece. Got attack and HP with a good amount of crit damage. So, I mean, judging by the build itself, it was really high CV. So yeah, 71 to 61. Very nice. Skirk. A Marechal Hunter build, as you could clearly see with the Finale of the Deep, R5. So, yeah. This is fine. Got some attack percentage. It's alright. This one has room to improve, especially for being a flower. So, if you do intend to do it, if you do intend to improve this, it will be pretty easy, I'd say. This one is fine. I mean, no, actually, it's a 4 roll in crit. Just the other stats aren't really usable, but it's good CV. The attack sands, I mean, it's an onset attack sands, so it automatically is good for being 30 plus CV in my standards. If you set your standards too high, then you're going to have bad builds. So, yeah, 30 CV artifacts are good. And a lot of crit damage with some... Well, actually, the Skirk is tough because everything is useless on her except for attack. So, yeah, good crit damage. And this low crit rate for the sake of having a boatload of attack. So 55 crit rate, and then plus the 32 of, you know, having the set Marishal the Hunter. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Is it crowned? It is double crowned. Nice. Farina, pretty simple. High crit rate with some good ER, so that's clearly a Favonius build. So let's we'll skim through it. That's a good. Oh, okay. This is good because it's a 4-roll, low rolled crit rate. But is this a 4-liner? Because yeah, that's a defense roll. Sweet. Could be a rerollable piece if you cared enough. So, this one's a scattered piece, but good substats all around. Very low crit value, so but it is what it is. She's the support, so they're actually not like focusing solely on damage, but yeah. This is a lot of crit damage in case you need that, so that's fine. Wait, what's her constellation? C0. Okay, so that's fine. With C2, I would prefer ER as the main stat, but that's fine. Actually, you probably could go ER here and then HP here, or you can go double HP. Maybe you have enough ER for your personal liking, so that's fine. And overall, you'll be getting your Fav procs pretty easily, so nothing to complain about here. Neuvillette, good crit value. A little bit overcapped in crit rate, but it is what it is. Sacrificial Jade, R3. And so he's very easy to build with Sacrificial Jade because that's a lot of crit rate. 70 crit value, 70, yeah, 73. So some crit damage, ER. Personally, I like ER on Neuvillette, like around 130 to 140 was my threshold that I personally went for. Maybe people will go for 120 or something, but his burst is pretty essential for consistent damage for, you know, the balls. This is fine. This one's very replaceable, unless you had it on Skirk and then you took it away from her. Or took it away from him for Skirk. Could be that. This is fine. 30 plus CV on set Sands, which is fine. On set HP Goblet. So HP and Hydro Goblets for Neuvillette teams are pretty similar. Like if you have one better than the other, just use that one, the better one. But yeah, this is fine, and a lot of HP here, so that's good. Because he already had enough crit rate. Like if you just had a crit damage circlet with like no crit rate, you're probably even good too. So, crowned, sweet. All right, Mulani. So this might be the buildable weapon. Yep, a lot of crit damage, some HP, some ER and EM. Good stats all around for what she wants, which is nice. A lot of other stats, low crit value, but it's fine. HP and EM is already good. I'd say from first glance, maybe a little bit more crit rate the build could use. Wait, no, yeah, just a little bit more. Yeah, this is good crit value. Onset Sands, the off-piece Goblet. No other good stats, but it's a 4-roll in crit. A 4-liner as well, because there is a roll in attack. So, but, I mean, this thing doesn't need to be re-rolled. It's pretty good. And low roll in crit rate, but a lot of HP. And C1. It's cool. It's pretty good. 87 crit rate. So for her value, because she hits so hard, I want to make sure all those hits crit. Maybe you can like adjust. Maybe you have enough HP, perhaps. Maybe adjust this one for like an artifact with 10% crit rate. Maybe even no crit damage. Maybe you don't have to get that. But the HP and EM is very nice. But overall, I'd say she hits pretty hard. I'm guessing. Navia. Good crit rate, good crit damage, and pretty decent ER. Serpent Spine, R3 with her signature set. I see an onset Goblet, so I'm curious. Good crit value all around. Or pretty good crit value with good stats. EM probably isn't usable too much on her because Crystallize is kind of stinky, but it is what it is. This Sphinx is fine. Good. It's good to have crit rate on Navia because her critting with Navia is extremely important. If you don't crit, you basically do no damage because in per rotation you do 2 to 3 skills. So if you miss one, then you lose a lot of damage. Comparing to someone who does auto attacks, then missing a crit isn't going to kill you. This is very good. I like this. Good crit value. Obviously, the other stats are not really usable, but I don't really care. They're good. The onset Goblet with good crit damage with attack percentage. A little bit of attack. So, yeah, that's fine. And the off piece is pretty good. Gives you all the ER, most of the ER of the build. I mean, it does only, yeah, that one. So, overall, pretty good. Especially since you have a 13% chance of not critting, so you're in a pretty good place. Chlorind is 66 to 66, so some ER, which is pretty good on her. So, a lot of crit damage on this piece, or on this weapon. So, she gives herself 20 or 40 crit rate. I kind of forgot. I think it's... Yeah, I think it's 20. So she's at a pretty good threshold. This is pretty standard for what you'd expect, I'd say. It's not too shabby. 30 plus CV, along with the ER. Full roll in crit, which is nice. So it gives you good crit rate and crit damage if you need it. This one's fine. This is your weakest link so far, because of the flat defense that doesn't even look like it rolled it. But it's fine. You're making use of what you have. That's fine. Here, oh no, not an onset. This is the off piece. This is fine. If she was an HB scaler, it would be a bit better, but otherwise, it's got decent crit value for a goblet and some ER in case you need it. And I mean, okay, things happen. I think you farmed him for a little bit, farmed her for a bit. And, you got a good crit value, I'd say. It happens. I think I have pieces like that on my account. Oh well. Varessa, good crit value. So you're on the new set. I can clearly see, I think. Yes, okay. Nice. This is a very, very nice piece. Is that a 5 roll? Or just a completely maxed crit damage 4 roll? I can't tell. It could be a low roll 5 on crit damage, or a 4 with just completely maxed out crit damage. Very nice piece though. This is pretty good, but a lot of attack can be useful for her, so that's nice. This is nice. So you must be stacking a decent goblet or a really good one, who knows? With the but yeah, ER, a little bit ER, which is nice. I mean, making use of that just so you can, you must have had bad sans luck, so having this will help you out a little bit, which is fine. Things happen. If you see this and that's all you got, then that's fine, because a lot of people might just throw these away and then they have a even worse build without it. So sometimes you gotta work with what you got. Are you the one who has a 40 crit damage subset? Yeah, you are. Yeah. Give it. Screw you. Yeah, this build sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I still gotta crown my Varessa though. Oh well. Yeah. Otherwise, very good build. Raiden Shogun. Good, pretty good crit value with some ER. Is this a signature or a Skyward Spine? Oh, a Jade Spear. A Jade Spear. Okay. Interesting. So, oh. With Jade Spear, do you need this much attack? Or are you going ER electro damage to where you think you need more attack? I don't know. But otherwise, this is very nice. Another 5 roll. Preda must be jealous of us. So this one can be replaceable in case you don't need that much attack, because there's attack here with some crit value. So yeah, that's good. Electro? Oh no, this is attack as well. Huh. I think you're in the attack threshold to where you're fine, I believe, right? I think you're fine for attack. And oh, a lot of ER here, so that's that helps out a bit. With there, so that's fine. Escoffier, a lot of crit rate. So is she on Favonius? She is. So automatically, that's a good build. A good build, a lot of crit rate with a lot of ER on a support. I mean, does Escoffier need that much ER? Because if you're in Skirk teams, you have approximately 3 crowd characters. If you don't have Shenhe, then yeah. This is fine. This is pretty good. This is attack sands for the sake of farming for Varessa. And pretty good on set attack goblet. That's very nice. And yeah, this is pretty good. Not too shabby, because yeah, as a fav build, it gets the job done. Arataki Ito, very good crit value. Is it on a signature? It is, R2. Interesting. Wonder what happened there. So this is fine. Good crit value with some ER, because that was something I didn't like about Ito, is that his energy regeneration isn't that great, even on his best teams. So, especially if the enemies aren't dying. If you're fighting a boss, then you aren't getting dying particles. So, this is fine. Defense percentage, some good crit rate, and a little bit of crit damage. Defense sands with some ER. Once again, that's nice. With some crit value. It's alright. Here, geo damage with 30 plus CV, but other stats are just kind of existing. That's fine, I guess. And, ooh, I think, okay, maybe you tried to build them and then you just kind of just went with the flow. It happens. I gave up on my Ito ages ago as well, but, huh. I thought his charge attack, his normal attack is the most important part, but alright. Interesting. I mean, the crit value overall is fine. It's better than mine. But, yeah. Alright. Arataki Ito. Pretty good account. So, alright. For this one, it's a little bit not an AR-60, so let's see. I think I gotta cut this person some slack because they don't farm artifacts as much as the rest. So, I guess we'll look at the Kave since it's the first thing here. I don't know what to expect here. We're just gonna go with the flow. EM, Dendro. Are you in crit? You're getting there. Alright. Some good crit value. A decent crit value with some ER. I don't know how much ER Kave needs because I don't use them. But this piece is fine if in case I don't know how much attack Kave really needs. Once again, that's fine. Some ER. So yeah, when I took a glimpse, E crit rate was what was lacking. So just if you're gonna adjust this, then crit rate is the best bet. But I don't know how much you're focusing on Kave right now. I mean, since it's the profile picture and the first character in the selection, I'm guessing that's what you are focusing on him. So yeah, just pretty much maybe get like 11% more crit rate minimum, and you're good to go. Kanich. I can't remember if that's your main or is it Linny? It's probably Linny, but let's check out Kanich. Serpent Spine, Obsidian Codex. This is a pretty good piece, 30 plus CV with attack percentage, which is nice. I don't know how much ER Kanich needs, but I'm assuming he needs at least probably 10 to 20%. My guess. I don't have him. This is fine. Gives him a little bit of ER. HP is not used, but yeah. This is fine. It's a Sans with, I think, close to 30 CV. Does it make the cut? I think so. Yes. And Dendro Goblet looks similar to mine, honestly, or one of mine. So it's fine. Got attack percentage, which gives it some bonus points. And a lot of EM. So if this was any other character, could have been nice. But otherwise, 100% crit rate and 200 crit damage. It gets the job done. And C1. I don't know what it does, but probably makes him do more damage. So, crowned skill. That's probably what you go with. Pretty good. All right, Linny. Thundering Pulse. Honestly, I'd say it's like, what? Is it 15% less than the signature? I don't think it's that much worse. His signature is good, but, I mean, Thundering Pulse gives you a lot of stats. That is pretty nice. Except for the normal attack. Linny doesn't care about that. So, otherwise, this is good. 4-roll crit, 4-roll artifact. There's a 4-liner as well, because I rolled ER. But, yeah, good piece. Good piece as well. A lot of crit damage, a little bit of crit rate, and attack percentage. So, nice. This is weakest link so far, but it's a Sans, so I don't expect people to have perfect Sans every day of the week. It's fine. This is a very nice piece as well, but it is not pyro damage bonus, so yeah. It is what it is, and maybe you'll get one soon or one day. Just randomly. It is the off piece, so you have more leeway to work around. So, and this is a very nice piece in case you don't need the crit rate because a lot of attack percentage is nice, which leaves him at 50%. So he has he's in a pretty good threshold. He might miss a few crits, just a few, but otherwise he's good. So Wanderer, with Sith, pretty standard for what you'd expect, and oh, that's not maxed. Oh, he's not finished? Is this a new build? I don't know. I'll still take a peek. This is a good piece. 40 CV, 40 plus CV, like 42, 43. Another one. Wow. Honestly, I would love this artifact. This would honestly make my my benched, not my bench wanderer. I never really farmed his sets in like 2 years, 3 years, however long it's been. This is a very, very nice piece. This is one, obviously not an Animo Goblet, but it's fine. It's not a finished build, so I'm not going to judge it. And if it rolls crit damage one more time, it's nice. Otherwise, crowned? No, not yet. So that's fine. Scoffier, you said you made a Scoffier build right before the video. I don't know what to expect. Maybe just kind of just showing nothing. Oh, you just subbed your spare artifacts on her. Okay. I'll look at it. A lot of EM. That's a good Sino or Kaching piece. That's an artifact. That is also an artifact. Yeah. Well, makes this account review much quicker, so that's fine. All right. So all right, that was the end of all the NA accounts. So let's go to Akasha to review the rest. All right. So moving on to the accounts that obviously you can't review in game. We are on the first one, Scott. So we'll see probably just all the builds up here that are just showcasing. I don't think it really matters what's down here, since at least there's not too many builds. So we're just gonna go with the flow and see what happens. So your best build, Shao, is on a two-piece with some pretty nice pieces. So I'd say this is pretty good. Overall, like you could see the CVs, like, yeah, this is a 5-roll artifact. This is a good, very good onset with some attack percentage and ER. And yeah, everything is very nice here. Very good Shao build. I'm guessing it got toppled by the noob set. Yep. All right. So yeah, otherwise very good build. At least I could see everything at once here. Makes things a little bit quicker. Nahida, pretty straightforward. She's on two-piece. All right. So non-deep wood, that's the leaderboard. So top, pretty good threshold. Yeah, good CV. You'll get a bit crit rate from her own passive and some good crit damage. Very, very high crit damage right here. Or actually kind of low rolled, but that's fine. This is a very nice piece. You have a lot of 30+ crit damage artifacts, but yeah. Otherwise, like just looking at everything, the only thing I could say you could do is, make her level 90. That's a lot, because she's a Dendro and doing damage with this set. So yeah, and level up her talents. But otherwise, wait, is Shao maxed out? He is, at least. Diona, I don't really know how to review this. Just HP and ER. It's good. Gets the job done. Oh, interesting weapon option. But, I mean, it is a good one, but I don't remember how you must have been rolling for something else. Because I don't think people actively seek for Diona best in slot weapons, but maybe you did. I don't know. Vape. The Vape Nilu build. Two-piece. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I don't understand. I think there's not many options or not many people. So, like, the Vape build is very confusing because this is a HP build. I don't understand. It's a lot of HP for the fact that there are no free-to-play HP sword options unless you roll in the weapon banner for either the 4-star or the 5 stars. So, that's fine. I mean, it's just, a bunch of HP and some ER, so cool. Now this one is an actual crit value build because it's a crit character. This is fine. Good, some decent stats. Not too shabby. Looking at the CV overall, 30 is the average roughly. So I'd say a good balanced build with some, attack percentage here with a little bit of, more attack percentage, some EM in the substats. EM and unfortunate HP on the circlet, but otherwise it's fine. It's a Yoimiya. I don't know how much you use her nowadays, but yeah, Zhongli, very easy to review. Just look for HP and you're good to go. So I'm not even gonna last that long here. It's Zhongli, HP, sweet. Hu Tao. So the rating is ranking through the Sino signature, so that's funny. Otherwise, for Sino signature weapon, it's a good ranking, but for the Jade Spear, a little bit a bit low on the crit rate threshold. But you are getting carried by the Sands, and the first half of the build carries it actually. So this is very nice with honestly amazing substats all around the board. This one has almost amazing substats all around the board, just defense, but And then this is just very high CV with other stats that exist. Just a crit damage piece with some attack percentage. It's fine. It's an onset goblet. And this one is fine. So yeah, I say that's fine. It's a Hu Tao. So, and then we look at Raiden Shogun. This is a pretty good build at first glance, looking at CV wise. So, I mean, we could just like take a peek down here and see like what the highest CV. It's the second highest CV on his account, so that's pretty good. This is a good piece with some ER. This is also it's a decent CV artifact, but there's attack percentage, which is valuable on her as well, especially if you go electro damage on the goblet. So here, this is fine. It's a onset Sands, which is very tough with the ER in this. You know, it was always like people struggling to find those everywhere. So this is a good piece. A lot of good crit value, almost 40 CV. So sweet. And very, very nice crit value wise on the circlet. Every other stat is, you know, not needed. Venti, you just need ER with what I'm looking at here. You won't get Fab procs much, but Venti hits a lot, so maybe you will. I don't know. If you care about Venti, I don't know if you really do anymore. Swirl damage scales with levels, so I would recommend taking him to 90. So that's all I got to say. He's just looking like he's an ER bot with Favonius. So Farina is... I'll be quick here. I'll take things a little bit quicker because it's just the lower threshold, but it is a Favonius build with a decent amount of crit rate that will proc Fab with decent ER. That's all you need. That's really all you need on here. So that's all you have to really say. Navia, 4-piece of the set, but very low crit rate, so you will miss a lot of her most valuable hits during a rotation, which is unfortunate. But she isn't that high of a level, so you might have it might have been a work in progress. So yeah, not do that. It must be a work in progress or a build that you were intending to finish, but you just never bothered. So that's fine. This one, judging by first glance and also the rankings, you just need a bit more crit rate because the set can't just carry you everywhere, I'd say. But maybe just 10 to 15% more crit rate, 20%. Yeah, as a good baseline starter. But otherwise, like CV-wise, pretty standard, basic crit value with some good ER or EM here. But yeah, that's fine. And Klee, I mean, judged by rankings, yeah, she's not really holding anything. So, all right, sweet. Thank you for that. I don't think there's any hidden builds down here, but if there are, whatever. I don't think there were anything worth noting. So, all right, there we go. Not too shabby. All right, Junaid. So on the, I think the only Asia account review on this video, we can start off by just looking at, we'll just look at what's ranked. All right, make things easier. So a very good ranking El Haytham, good crit value, or just good crit overall. So with the signature weapon, no crowns. So I don't know if you use them or you just got really lucky with his artifact set, but otherwise, everything looks very, very nice, I'd say. Like, balanced, like 30 plus CV average, which is a very good place to be. If you're in the 40s, then you're very lucky, or you've lived in that domain for like 3 years. But very nice piece. Very nice pieces, some EM, some ER. ER is pretty valuable on him. I say 122 is a pretty good baseline, or maybe the maximum you can really reach. I don't think he needs that much, but some attack percentage, some more EM. A lot of EM here, so that's fine. I like it. Farina, looks like there is a signature weapon here, so I'll look at the actual crit. So this is a high crit rate, decent crit damage build. Triple crown, so you love the character a lot. So this is a all great piece, close to 40 CV with some ER. Decent crit value, but a lot of HP percentage. Which is it needed? Because you got a lot of HP here, but you have HP, and a little bit of HP here. So, and then you get HP through the weapon when you use your skill, I think. When you lose or gain HP. So, I don't know if you have diminishing returns, or depending on the team you use, you have a lot of damage percent to where you don't really care. But I don't know. Otherwise, yeah, these are all good pieces, or pretty good pieces. So, yeah, I'd say looking good. A Gene. I'll be basic on this one. Some good crit value on all around the board on some. Actually, some of these are 4 rolls, but good crit rate to proc Fav, and good attack for healing percentage. So, looks good. Nothing really to say about here. It's a pretty good gene. Maybe I should see what my gene build can be. Just if I just take my Kazuha or Venti pieces to see how good she can be on Akasha. Because I didn't know she had a leaderboard. Nouvellette. Ballad of the Boundless Blue. I feel like this one's kind of like bait. It was like, maybe you're not intending to equip this on him, but this weapon is silly. Because it seems like it's good, but Nouvellette doesn't really need that much ER on a main stat weapon. But, I mean, since this is all the ER he has on the build, I guess it's fine. But, yeah, I mean, it's a standard Nouvellette build. Not crowned, so maybe don't use him that much. And he's not maxed, so that's fine. Not going to say too much about here. Shangling, let's speed things up a little bit, maybe. So Shangling, I'd say it looks pretty good. Not that much crit damage, but you are utilizing the Wavebreaker's fin, which is pretty cool. Haven't seen that really often. So hopefully you're getting your energy, but I'm assuming, judging by the rankings, you may be using Rational, but I don't see a Raiden Shogun here, so I don't know. So, there we go. Kazuha, almost 1,000 EM. I'll just round up. You have 1,000 EM. You have pretty good ER, which is more ER than the average Kazuha I've seen. So I will give you props for that. I'd like this. So I don't really need to look at anything else because Kazuha, you just need to look at the mains. A lot of EM and a lot of ER. So yeah. Wanderer looks fine. It's on a Shimenawa's build, which is pretty good. I mean, I like the crit rate. I like the pretty good crit damage. Like high crit rates, you won't be missing much, especially if you do a cryo throw. But I don't think you'll be doing that. But yeah, we'll be good. Looks pretty good. Low attack, but if you're using Bennett and maybe a Noblesse and Tenacity, judging by what these characters are using, you might not care about having low attack because you might roll attack on the Witsith. Never know. Kokomi, I'm never gonna give a glass of it. It's Kokomi. HP, ER, healing bonus. Wow, great. Chiori, good crit value. And pretty good defense. I don't know how much you really need on her because I don't own her, but yeah. Otherwise, if I'm just gonna look at the defense substats here, 18%, 5%, and that's all. But that's probably pretty good. I mean, that 18% is pretty nice. Pretty good CV. I think she'll get the job done. Chiori's pretty cool. Venti, sacrificial bow, so not a Fav guy, unless you had Fav on him and you swapped it out, but otherwise, it is fine. Venti does not need that much crit. Sometimes people go full EM on him. Sometimes people go full ER. Some people go with DPS. This one's kind of in between. You do have crit value. You have like the crit attack and another attack on the goblet, but it's fine. It's a support. Official, stringless, 4-piece golden troop, so otherwise that's good. She has some good crit rate. Low crit damage, but that's fine. It gets the job done. I'd say she's just there to proc a lot of electro and all that stuff. So I like it. Looks pretty good. Not too shabby. Nahida looks like it's a little bit of a hybrid. A lot of EM with the EM goblet and sands. She'll get a little bit of crit rate through that because of her passive. I've seen a lot of low-level talents in Nahida. Obviously, they're probably not as important, but as a guy who double crowned her, I just feel like might as well. And level 90, but I don't know if you use Dendro as much anymore. But since she's on a hybrid crit, I'm guessing you're intending to her to do a little bit of damage at least. So level 90 is preferred, but it's not my account, so you do you. Overload Black Sword. There's a Haran leaderboard. Cool. So for here, good crit rate. I think she goes to 100% here. Is that overcapped? I can't remember if she gets 20% through her passive. It's been a while since I've looked at it. But otherwise, it's not too shabby. The Black Sword healing won't do too much probably, right? But anyways, ignoring that. It's a stat stick with crit, so it's fine. Xingqiu, you just need crit and ER. It's fine. He'll miss some crits, but he's there for the Hydra application. Nothing really to say here. Hopefully there's not like a secret God Rule artifact that I didn't notice when I'm looking at these builds, but yeah. Kachang, standard. Ooh, Calamity. I like that. But otherwise, yeah, these are pretty basic. I'm guessing her leaderboard's a little bit skewed downward because the math on these teams don't calculate the fact that she'll be shielded by, say, Kirara, Baiju, or some other character that I can't think of. And boss, this is full. Oh my gosh. Wait, is this overkill? Yeah, because Cryo Resonance, along with the fact that Wolframe gives you more crit. Maybe this is just a little flip-flop. You didn't mean to have the circlet on. I don't know. If it was like... Actually, no, this is overkill no matter what. I don't know. Sweet, I guess. And Burn Vape. Looks like you use her as a support, so I'm not really going to rate it. You just need her for the set. So, alright. Your high CV build is Lynette, unless you're holding your best pieces. Oh, no. Lynette player. I like it. Like the build. Very nice pieces. Alright. That's probably all I need to look here. So it looks like there is just one more account that I need to look at here. So let's do that. So Matt. Matt is an individual who has a C6 Farina. So my standards are a little bit higher, so you better be doing good. Just kidding. You do you. All right. Let's look at the top here. Oh, that's probably all that's showing. All right. So C6 Hyper Farina build. Marishal's a hunter? Maybe... Huh. I wonder what you could do to drop that crit rate by a decent amount. That's why the ranking's a little bit lower than expected, because... yeah, okay. Anyways, excluding that, the pieces look pretty good, I'd say. Not too shabby. And this one just only crit damage, but that's fine. Low crit value on this piece still is overcapping crit rate, so maybe just get rid of this thing for a crit damage circlet. And you should be good to go. A crit damage circlet with like, what, 10 crit rate? Maybe you had that and you maybe swapped it out on accident. I don't know. But, yeah. Alright. That's fine. C6 Triple Crowned Farina. In case you are a person intending to get Triple Crowned Farina, but you want to maximize your resources, crowning her normal attack does not do much because it scales with HP, and that scaling under normal attack doesn't really do much. But if you love Farina, by all means, Triple Crowner. So, Escoffier is pretty a signature weapon. Pretty good crit value. I'd say nothing too much to say. I can't remember how much ER you really want, but I mean, it gets the job done, I'd say. Level 9 skill with Skirk's passive. Looks good. So here, Triple Crown Arlecchino. Wait, a Triple Crown C2 Arlecchino. So, I mean, judging by the first two artifacts, those are both 5-roll pieces. Did I miss any 5-roll pieces from the previous builds? No, I did not. All right. This is very nice. And this is a off piece. Crimson Witch piece with attack percentage and HP. So if it was happened to be on Diluc, Hu Tao, any other Crimson Witch, wow. But, I mean, it's an off piece on Arlecchino, who is, well, you really love using because you Triple Crown. So, sweet. C2, which is very nice. So, this is all right. It has a little bit of EM, which increases its value by a little bit. This is an onset onset goblet, which is fine. Makes you able to use this god piece, so nothing to complain about there. This is a good all-rounder. Actually, ER isn't really needed, but EM is nice and decent crit rate. Maybe a little bit more crit rate would be preferred, but I don't know. Maybe you can use the artifact transmuter to build yourself a perfect goblet. Who knows? I would do that. I don't know what you use, but that's my idea. And then you can make use of the new system to reroll it if it rerolls bad. Boom. I don't know. All right. Varessa. Crowned. I have yet to do that. I also have I have 0 crowns because I just used my last one on Emily when I just got her. So, All right, new set, which is nice to see. So this is fine with a little bit of attack percentage. Not too shabby. Not too shabby here as well. This is fine. It's got some attack percentage, so value is pretty good here. And 111 ER, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good Varesa as well. And Mavuika, pretty standard. This reminds me of my old Mavuika build, to where your only options, like your best options, have a lot of ER. So 136 ER may be useless, but I know this guy is working with what he's got. All right, cut him some slack. Like if he could go down to 0 ER, he would. But if you have 136% ER on Mavuika, I just know that's literally all that you can do. All right, putting that aside, this piece is all right. This piece is pretty good. Got some attack percentage. This one is very nice with attack percentage as well. This one it's all right. It's an piece with a lot of ER. And this is very, very nice, but obviously a rolled ER. So maybe if you get rid of this thing, the goblet, to cut down that ER in half, then it'll be a bit better. But it happens. Molani, this is very nice. I like it. Pretty much 100 crit rate with some... Why is it a low ranking, though? Not enough HP or not enough ER or EM? Oh, it's burn vape, so you want to have EM. So... Oh, wait. Excluding that, crit value-wise, I'd say it's pretty good. This is a very nice goblet. This is very nice sands as well. Or very nice circlet. Sands is all right. The sands is very improvable, so you could just, yeah, it could take a week to make this one better, but if you haven't yet, I'm guessing you're not farming. Here is fine. Got some HP, and here is not too shabby. A little bit ER in case Molani needs that, but who knows. And a C1 Chlorend crown skill. I believe so. Not too bad. I think that's 81 crit rate with her passive up. So this one is interesting. There is no crit rate on the substat on the circlet, but there's only 8% attack. So if it was like 21% attack like the defense, it would have been pretty nice, or EM. But you must have gotten pretty unlucky here. I'm not going to really say much about it. If you have an artifact like this, then there's no other option. Here, this is fine because it's got some EM and some crit value, 25% or 25 crit value is pretty good. 40 CV onset sands, I like that. A little bit of ER in case she needs that, so that's cool. This one's a pretty good CV as well. It's a 4 roll, but kind of low rolled on everything. And the flower is honestly pretty weak, but things happen. Got some EM though. The Nouvellette build then, pretty standard, what you'd expect. Roughly 80 to 90% crit rate is what I usually see on Nouvellettes once the passive is up from the artifact set, but otherwise it is pretty good, I'd say. I would see C2 as well, so you get like what, 60 crit damage? No, not 60, 42%. Yeah, not much to say. Let me look at HP substats. Is there not a single one? HP percentage, wow. That's unfortunate. That's why the ranking is a little bit lower than I expected, but it happens. Sacrificial Jade gives you a bit of HP. Maybe if you have C2 Shalonen, I don't know if you do, but if you do, then cool. You don't. Okay, never mind. Nahida, level 90. That's the first one. And double crowned. I greatly appreciate it. It looks like it's a full EM build with a Dendro Goblet. Is that really needed? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, pretty standard. A lot of EM with Deep Wood, double crowned, and signature weapon, and level 90. That's Nahida. Nice. Kazuha. So Zyphos. That's automatically a based equipment. So you did crown a skill. Nice. Level 90, so swirls will use max damage, and 150 ER, but he gets a bit more ER because he has a lot of energy, or a lot of EM. You get ER for every EM you got. I don't know how it converts to, but it's very nice. And it gives you ER for the whole team, so this weapon is secretly OP. Maybe not really secretly, I think a lot of people know that. But it's linked to a weapon banner, so oh well. I have it like R1, I think. But yeah, good Kazuha, I like it. Moon's Moon. So you know what's funny about this weapon is that it's very good on Yalan because it gives you a lot of damage based on the cost of the team's energy, but it gives you useless main stats. So technically, you can leave this thing at level 1 and get the same amount of damage that you need. So maybe you just had it lying around, stuff. It's cool. The only downside of this is that the fact that your ER is basically non-existent for a C0 build. So personally, I'm not a fan of that, but it is what it is. Crit rate's a little bit low, but we'll let it slide. Otherwise, 4-piece emblem with some pretty decent pieces all around. I like some of the pieces look nice. I really like the circlet. Oh, we know that's attack percentage. I thought that was crit rate. Never mind. All right, well, it is what it is. Maybe you haven't focused on Yelan that much. Maybe you don't care about her that anymore, but you do have her double crown, so I'm not sure. Anyways, let's look at the C3 Skirk. Really good crit value if it was a Marishasi Hunter, even though it would be a little bit overcapped by 15% crit rate, but working with what you got your C3 out of the way. My fault. I thought because she's a normal attacker, her C3 would increase the damage of her skill. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Otherwise, just the build's fine. Just needs a little bit more crit rate, and that's all you really need. So, yeah. If you have C1 plus Escuffia, you get crit damage from there, so maybe you don't need the crit damage from here. You can just get, like, sacrifice crit damage for more crit rate because you get crit damage from her weapon and whatever the heck this is. Probably not crit damage, but yeah. I don't know. Just me speaking my thoughts. And verdict on Navia. She is crowned. I like that. This is a pretty nice piece. Some good crit value with a lot of EM, which is unfortunate, but it has attack percentage. 4 roll in crit, but it low rolled, but it's still usable. Onset Sands, that is all right. Working with what you got. Onset Goblet, that is off-piece Goblet, that is all right. Got some ER, but it is what it is. Maybe you didn't prioritize her that much, and an all right circlet. So not too shabby. So, anyways, any secret builds that were not on the leaderboards that are worth seeing? Oh, Escuffia. Oh, C0 and Escuffia. So ignore what I said about the Skirk situation about a lot of crit damage. Maybe. I guess just keep grinding and see if you get lucky. That's my best bet. I'm guessing that's what you're working on right now because Skirk is the newest character. And, well, she's C3, so you want to have a good build on her. So, anyways, yeah, there we go. If I'm looking at everything correctly, that is all the builds that I was offered for, or all the accounts that I was offered for this video. I was thinking it was going to be a short video because there was, like, not that many of accounts. But I yap a lot, but I like being in depth and giving, like, advice, not pushing people down. If your build is quote-unquote bad, then I assume you don't really care enough to improve it, which is fine. People like being casual. Some people like being a bit extreme. Get the best builds in the account, best characters. It is what it is. But if not, I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I hope this was an entertaining video. I kind of made it because I wanted to have something out, but the Emily video was cooked. I believe I said that at the beginning of the video. Oh well. But yeah, hopefully you made this far in the video. Hopefully all these builds were interesting, just to see what other people really do around the game. And yeah, I think builds are pretty good. So if you made this far in the video, feel free to like and subscribe. My Discord server is in the description down below if you want to post your user ID or any other thing you want to do about your account. If you want to ask for advice, you want to flex a build, go ahead. We are open for that. All right. Or if you want to self-promo your YouTube channel or something, if you have one. So anyways, I greatly appreciate it if you made this far, and I hope to see you all in the next video. So yeah, peace.